Do you know what happens when you call a narcissist out on what they're doing to you and they realize that you are up on their game? They start to become delusional. They start to try to gaslight you. They start to try to distract you and convince you that what you think and believe or know to be facts is not facts. The reason why these racist people do not want to be referred to as
Bush?
Nazis or anything close to
Nang!
Hitler is because they do not want to be associated with negative history. They know they are the terrorists and they do not want to face themselves. It is always going to be deny and deflect. The KKK, the Nazis, the racists, they are all a part of the same organization. They are all the same people. They're all the same person. They just rebranded. They just appropriated and rebranded over and over and over again. The first Klan was established in the Reconstruction era for men opposed to radical Reconstruction and founded by Confederate veterans that assaulted and murdered politically active Black people and their white political allies in the South. Federal law enforcement began taking action against it in 1871. The Klan sought to overthrow Republican state governments in the South, especially by using voter intimidation and targeted violence against African American leaders. The Klan was organized into numerous independent chapters across the southern United States. Each chapter was autonomous and highly secretive about membership and plans. Members made their own, often colorful costumes, robes, masks, and pointed hats, designed to be terrifying and to hide their identities. Now, the thing about it is, they found a new way to hide their identities, and they do not do it with masks anymore. They hide in plain sight. They've learned to hide in plain sight and put costumes on, badges, and then claim that they're here to protect us. And in fact, that is the biggest lie. The second iteration of the Klan was originated in the late 1910s and was the first to use cross burnings and standardized white hooded robes. The KKK of the 1920s had a nationwide membership in the millions and reflected a cross-section of the native-born white Protestant population. The third and current Klan, formed in the mid-20th century, was largely a reaction to the growing civil rights movement. It used murder and bombings to achieve its aims. All three iterations have called for the purification of American society. In each era, membership was secret, and estimates of the total were highly exaggerated by both allies and enemies. Now, before I continue on, I would like to point out that their political position is the far right, and they were founded in Pulaski, Tennessee. Their political ideologies is anti-Black racism, white supremacy, white nationalism, nativism, vigilantism, segregationism, Christian terrorism, neo-Confederatism. Other political ideologies is Anglo-Saxonism, Christian identity, right-wing populism, social conservatism, anti-Semitism, anti-atheism, anti-Catholicism, and political ideologies continued miscegenation, I've never heard of that, segregationism, neo-Nazism, anti-globalization, and Islamophobia. The Ku Klux Klan, commonly shortened to KKK or Klan, is an American Protestant-led, Christian extremist, white supremacist, far-right hate group. That's a mouthful. It was founded in 1865 during Reconstruction in the devastated South. Various historians have characterized the Klan as America's first terrorist group. The group contains several organizations structured as a secret society, which have frequently resorted to terrorism, violence, and acts of intimidation to impose their criteria and oppress their victims, most notably African Americans, Jews, and Catholics. A leader of one of these organizations is called a Grand Wizard. And there have been 3 distinct iterations with various other targets relative to time and place. Okay, so if the leader of one of these groups is called a Grand Wizard, what is the leader of all of the groups called? Well, what does that have to do with the 14th Amendment, you did not ask? On April 20th, the House approved an act to enforce the provisions of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States and for other purposes, also known as the Ku Klux Klan Act. Now, why the hell would they call it that? It is an act of the United States Congress that was intended to combat the paramilitary vigilantism of the Ku Klux Klan. The act made certain acts committed by private persons federal offenses, including conspiring to deprive citizens of their rights to hold office, serve on juries, or enjoy the equal protection of law. The act authorized the president to deploy federal troops to counter the Klan and to suspend the writ of habeas corpus to make arrests without charge. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what it sounds like to me is this is being used against us, if I'm not mistaken.